Awurade nhyira ɔman Ghana na ɔma yakwan enye frɔmfrɔm. Awurade nyi yɛn firi amim ɔhaw amane pesaminkumnya. Awurade enyi yɛn firi ketanhyɛ ne proyem. Awurade mpagya yɛn firi don todem fi yɛn sisa ma pɔmya na wapere ama yɛmɛ. Awurade nka yɛn panyimfo sɛ dwumadie bi yɛde asɔ wɔn sɛ bi enye wɔn ti sɛ bi enye no abusuanko nti. Na emom sɛ mpopo yɛ pa no ɛbɛfɔ ɔman Ghana ho. Sɛ wɔnam kwan bɔne so a otwa di ampo honhom twe wɔn si kwan pa so. Na wɔhunu sɛ bibi bia yɛde ahyɛ yɛn sɛ bia yɛbɛbu ho akonta de bi. Yɛnyɛ saa dwomtie ne mfa nsom yɛ manfo. Na yɛhunu sɛ bebre hɔ no ma ɔhaw ne amane kɔ nso abu. Bebre hɔ no ma wafa ni so adamfo. Na emom yɛ asodie na hyɛ yɛn nsa sɛ yɛbɛtumi aboa na yɛma Ghana man enkankan yɛ bibrem enhyira a otwa di ampo de dom yɛ no ebi aso ahiafo so. We ne mpaebɔ ema ɔman na we ne mpaebɔ ma ɔman panimfo na amanfo a yɛte ɔman behunu sɛ ne yɛkan bom no ɛso sen yɛtete yɛ ntem ti mfa ho ne agbeni ana pepeni asanteni ana ɔkyeni ɛmfa ho ne baabi a wofiri yɛ nipa baako anopai we ne nhyira nsɛm a me bɔ mpae sɛ Awurade bɛgyina so de hyira me man. Ladies and gentlemen, yɛsɛ ahyia awedi ka so na ene ensama yɛka no it is topical as relevant. Wonim sɛ Owura Kenneth Kaunda yɛ obi a ogyina yɛ ɛma the people of Zambia abra obroni fitaa edi wɔn so. There are a lot of people amabɔ mu din in some other countries abra wɔn ko agyefa hodie. So I'm not here to repeat history, but I'm here to emphasize a particular point. It's the consolidation of this point that matters and not the oratory of speech that I'm going to give. Listening to Billy Graham, that great man of God, he made a profound statement and he said, the whole world is on a quest for something that is elusive. It cannot be seen. It is unseeable. But we have been set on edge like an hour or a minute is set on a clock. All the 6 continents, if not the 7 continents touted, we are all in a mad race. Asia is running. America is running. Antarctica is running. Australia is running. Europe is running. Ladies and gentlemen, it will interest you to know that the land of Africa is also part of that race. Yɛtuam nika kɔ baabi a yɛhu yɛ na baabi a yɛnim. Na mmom ni obenya hotosoɔ ne hoɔden na ɔbɛkari ne ahwe hɔ no ɔno ɔbɛduru sabotae no. Eti emiri bi atwam Egypt eduru botae no ho. But wɔahuru mu so yie enti firi ne sa. And that is why Egypt once upon a time became world superpower. Emiri du ya Babylon eduru sabotae no. But wɔahuru mu so yie enti firi ne sa. Emiri du ya Greece eduru sabotae no. But wɔahuru mu so yie enti firi ne sa. The list is endless. But present day, on my do sabotage the United States of America, as whether or not they'll be able to maintain the status quo, only God knows. But currently, it is swept under oblivion, and that is why we are in that mad race to capture. In as much as it is elusive, imagine you say, "Adekodia yakwakwahwe no, to me." And that is how I say it. Say, "Ye nyina ye diamrika petumi e wo wiase." Na ni obenya sa tumi no, on obedi wiase so. E patro tie ni ye. And I'm saying this because almost if not all African leaders have always lived in the books. For once, we must live above the books and live on the letters of common sense. As long as you live on the books, you should know that the books will be limited in age. And that is why once upon a time there was a great writer called Shakespeare. And now, poems, it is irrelevant. Because the said, thou say it. A trem. Sanka, if we were living in the books, and can thou say it. African leaders must have reawakened themselves. And one thing I told them, for instance, on areas of education, no broni ni beka ye no an yegususua eso broni no o kire sane ma no won we jat honum so many years ago. Please listen. We bedru sabotage no, there are some qualities that they must exhibit. Number one, they must exhibit the quality of discipline. Eti o man bia obedru sam pemponso no nas owo ahosheso ho. I'm asking if Africa has that quality of discipline. And of course, if we do not have that quality of discipline, it means that we are not part of that race. Number two, that country or continent must be law-abiding. Is Africa law-abiding? Are there laws even in our continent? I am sorry to announce. Say yet we are respected of no laws. That Danish contractor Abraham interviewed was a Ghana is the only country where wrong become right. And it is true. Number three, that must be a country that obeys true corruption. Every summer, Ghana, and Africa, are we not indebted to corruption? We are more than the word corruption. So it means that as long as we exhibit the tendencies of corruption, we are not ready for that race. I'm touching on Kenneth Kaunda, as I said. When we Nkrophobia, I want to believe that he's one of the few, if not the last man standing. Freedom fighters, names are known Akam. Jomo Kenyatta ko, Sekou Toure, Guinea wako, Nnamdi Azikiwe wako, Haile Selassie wako, Rastafari, Ononi Haile Selassie, Nelson Mandela, they are all dead and gone. Samora Machel wako, all those good people who fought for us, they are gone. And if Kenneth Kaunda and so kwa, and who be here say, your friend is so severe, and your money. You see, when world leaders are talking, they talk wisdom. But let's ask ourselves, say, when will be the last time one Africa bet me free for a meeting? The Bay and Ghana, so bet me France, Germany, United Kingdom, all of you come to the table of thinking, and the chair will be Ghana, the Bay. And yet China and Africa, you know, and UK. Anya France na Africa nyina na America. Anya Australia na or maybe any bibrima. So it means that we have sold our birthright even to Amweba actually. Mamincho why corruption a hindrance to our progress. And when any Ghana kwon it cut across. Maybe I try streaming live on Facebook, Light TV GH, oh hon mo share mine. Someone him Sergio Money. Sergio Money for Senegal. Or Bobo Amanonima Liverpool. Minoka say, or the $700,000 US as a whole hospital. Maybe I thought you and drew $1 million, so $700,000 US as a hospital. Near that's what you name a threat. Mr. Ghana, $700,000 US ain't means the foundation. Now I'm catching all. Intimacy foundation not because it means you. Chrono has taken precedent of our thinking. Chrono. Every chrono. Now, this is what our politicians do not want to hear, but this is what they must be told. And as long as we engage in the letters of corruption, we are not part of that race. It's one way you are debiano, na ye bwebwe ho ayenkwa amabrofo. Esa say one more drink trima ho no, one ne benya sa tumi na meka ho asem. It was American is thinking 500 years away. Ghana ni dream say obewu ochena. Enti no won sisi niema ebeboa ne dache. Me no ka say ukwa America. One has to oil. I'm oil. No? Say oil in about 200 years, America can survive. Ghana, you want you enter better. Go to Zambia, they have sold off their copper mines. They are being given 0.03%. Ghana, you oil, you more than 13%. 87% in your Your gold, you about 5%. Over 90% in your You ask yourself, say, what kind of leaders do we have in Africa? And that is why we are Babunua. You must be worried. Sir, and this is 70 MPP 7. It is good. It must not take precedence of nationalism. Until say MPP Mabunu, any NDC Mabunu who say, yeah, Jimmy, and yes, they're back together. No, I'm telling you, 100 years to come, there will be no country like Ghana. Because you're not tongue, you're not fright. I'm encrophobia anymore. And that kind of slavery will be the worst. BDC because of time. And our pioneer maker we say, we can only get there. We can only capture that authority with visionary leadership. We can only capture that authority if we have a visionary leader. And because say you benya openi bia odre that nso one minute no ye nu ya bota ho say bibi man da enu ntina ba bia obefa bia niam nkoyi emra keke ntimi de so me mo be which sector ben na ye adwuma wa Africa wo de ma me nka me kurom sector ben education sector, health sector, industry again na ye adwuma o my way. A person parliamentarians are kum tokwa. Abra want to aba privileges committee in parliament. Entimin country. But you see. Emily Padres a parliament who say, and you might be one mess what yes say. You see, when you limit yourself to the confines of lawmaking, this country abebo. It is your duty to obey Seniama. And if you are mabuna boasisa, unemployment is high. I mean, how can we progress like this as a country? Yemfensia, Ghana first. Now you're going to say, Africa is part of that race. Ghana is part of that elusive race. But we can get to that full potential or that dream of hope if we have visionary leadership, eschew corruption, nepotism, ethnocentrism, and above all, have the love of self in our country. We didn't know to that.